Who the F did I raise? Age 8, part 3. Okay, so don't mind the castor oil on my face, y'all. I'm shining. Yes, I recognize that. Okay, so at this time, we already discussed Mikey running away, saying he was kidnapped, hitchhiking on the freeway, being picked up by the police, lying and saying he didn't know who I was. The detective got involved. I called the DHR worker when we got home. This is where we're starting today. So I contacted the DHR worker. She came by. She asked Mikey straight up, "Where do you want to be? What are you doing? Do you want to be here with your mom and your stepdad?" "No." "What do you want to be?" "I want to go with my dad." Now, his dad had not been in his life since he was 2, right? Which is what I think helped to kind of start off this mental health stuff, the abandonment, the trauma of that, because he was a good dad up until that point, and he just ghosted Mikey. So we ended up getting divorced. I didn't date or talk to anybody for 2 years. He was already in a relationship because he had lied and said I left him. It was just a whole big thing, classic textbook stuff. And he wanted to meet up with him so bad. I called him like, "Hey, you need to get in touch with your son because he's displaying some behaviors, and he's saying he wants to meet up with you. So let's do it." So he ended up meeting up with us on his 8th birthday, and after that, Mikey just wanted to get back into his good graces. He wanted to see him all the time. His dad was not interested, right? You can't make somebody want to be a parent. You can't. But that day, I did. Because when he kept saying he's going to keep doing stuff, he's going to keep running away, he's going to keep setting the house on fire, he's going to keep trying to kill us, he's going to keep hiding knives, he's going to keep messing up in school, making me miss work, he's going to keep poisoning us. He said he's going to do all this stuff. The voices were telling him to do it, and he did it because he wanted to go stay with his dad. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. So the worker called Mike. He never saw it coming. She was like, "Look, your son wants to come stay with you. These are some of the behaviors he's exhibiting. I'm gonna let you talk to his mom." I got on the phone. "Hey, we on our way." He was like, "Hold on, what do you mean you're on our way?" "We're on our way." So he owns his own business. He owns a tattoo shop. He lived in the tattoo shop in the loft behind the tattoo shop. He lived above a barber shop, and there was other shops in the plaza, but these are the two that matter for this story. So when Mikey went there, he was just grinning like a Cheshire cat. He walked in the house. "Oh, this is where I'm asleep. Okay." And so my ex-husband just looking at me, and I was like, "Okay, so these are his allergies. Here's his doctors. This is his psychiatrist. This is his therapist. Here's his eye doctor. Here's his allergist. Here's his life coach. Here's his this person. These are his teachers. Here's all the information that you need in a binder, baby, separated with the tabs and everything. This is everything that you need to be the parent that I know you could be. Okay, I've had him for these years. I think you'll be just fine, buddy. Suck it up, buttercup." So we left. Told Mikey we loved him. Kissed him on the forehead. Gave him a huggies. "See you later if you need me, call me." Right? Well, of course, he sucked as a parent. He did not do any of the things. He didn't go to any of his appointments. He didn't refill any of his prescriptions. He ended up just letting him do whatever he wanted to do. He played video games all day. He was kicked out of school within the first week. I don't think he ever got back into school. And so he couldn't stay there for long because he was just neglectful. However, I was going to let it run its course because that was not my business. I felt like the good Lord gave him 2 parents, and he's going to have to figure it out the same way I did. I mean, he wasn't being neglected. He was eating every day, even though he was eating cheese pizza, and he's allergic to milk and cheese. I was like, just make sure you have Benadryl or take the cheese off, right? Because I was trying to help himself at this point. But I really was getting angry, and I was calling Mike and like yelling at him and just getting so stressed out. And my husband was like, "Dude, let him parent. Let him. He'll figure it out. He will figure it out. You have a list of all the stuff he's allergic to. That boy keep getting sick. He's gonna have to take him to the doctor, and the doctor gonna have to let him know and just let him deal with it. You can't parent him from here. If you gonna parent him from here, he needs to still be here." So it was at that point I was like, okay, the same God that's watching over me gonna watch over my child, right? Because you still care about him. It doesn't matter what goes down. I was still his mom, and I didn't want him to be mistreated, and I didn't want him to be sick, right? So I had to chill because every day I was calling him, "Did you eat? What did you eat? What time did you eat?" It was like he was still here, but he was there. So I chilled. So we went to visit him for his birthday. And baby, look, when we got there, I was thinking I was just going to drop off his little gifts and his little birthday cake. I was ready to just turn back around and come home to be the weekend mom, right? The fun weekend mom. You see him, you love on them, you leave them where they are. My ex-husband had something else in mind. When I said he had that boy bag packed up at that door, I was like, "What's this? Why his stuff packed up right here? Why you putting him out like he's somebody's baby daddy?" My ex-husband was like, "Yeah, I can't do this." He said, "This boy done broke into the shop downstairs." His former friend, because they were good friends before Mikey did this, right? Broke into the shop downstairs, was stealing money, stealing candy that he was selling, stuff that's in the barbershop, just taking stuff, hats, all kind of stuff, and taking it to school with him when he was going to school before he got kicked out. And he was also just throwing stuff away, stuff he didn't want because he didn't want to get caught, which is what he was doing with our stuff. So him and the guy ended up getting into it because Mikey was caught on camera. He was denying it. So the guy finally did a hidden camera, and Mikey got caught. So they were no longer friends. Mikey was stealing from his shop because he owned a tattoo shop. So Mikey was stealing money from him. And he done jacked up Mikey a couple of times and put him up against the wall. You know how men be like, "Oh," And Mikey was unbothered, could not care less, unfazed by the anger, unfazed by the punishment, unfazed. He was still willing to do whatever he wanted to do. And I'm sure it was much worse because he was unmedicated. Because, like I said, Mike hadn't got any of his refills from his psychiatrist, from his doctor. He wasn't keeping up with his appointments. So I was trying to parent him from Alabama to make sure at least he stayed on his medications. So anyway, needless to say, we ended up bringing him back home with us. So when we got back home, when I say he turned it up times 10, this is when he started setting fires every other day. He kept finding matches, lighters somewhere. I don't know where he had them hidden. I don't know how he was finding them. But every time I turned around, my fire alarm going off or I would smell something burning. And lo and behold, he done set something on fire in the bathroom, in the bedroom, somewhere. It was so terrifying because I never knew when I would wake up. And my house was in flames, right? So we were on the first floor. Jack stayed in the room with us in his little toddler bed at this time because he's 2, 3. And it was just one of those things where we were on edge. My fight or flight had been on now since he was 6. And now he's 9, 8 turning 9. And it was just heartbreaking because I couldn't enjoy the milestones that he was supposed to be having during this time. Instead, I was always literally putting out fires and searching for him because he was running away, lying on us. We had to stay in the school because he was always telling some outrageous story, and they're mandated reporters, so they had to report it. So we had to go up there. It was just exhausting, and it was just a never-ending battle. It was like spiritual warfare and physical warfare. It was spiritual warfare manifesting itself in our family dynamic, right? It became physical. It was of this world, and I do not miss this era of our lives. It was terrifying, to be quite honest. He also started poisoning us regularly. I was always sick. I had missed 2 months of work. I couldn't get off the couch. And he would come and rub my hair and say, Mommy, how are you feeling today? He would give me more orange juice or tea or whatever it was. And he was poisoning me. So it's more details about that and how I had to get 3 bleeding ulcers removed from him poisoning me. It's more information about that in my book, Picking Up the Pieces to 100 Broken Promises by Yoshima Cherry Burks. It's available in every major bookstore and on Amazon and also Audible. Check it out and tell me what you think. Have you ever went through something like this? Leave it in the comments.
Look what I got. I got my copy today. And this is from a content creator, our favorite therapist. This is her real name. She has a good series going on about who the F did I raise. And more details are in this book. I'm excited to read it because the series is jaw-dropping and it's a lot, especially when we're talking about our kids. So, I'm excited to see what else is in the book, and I'm continuing to listen to the series. Her creator name is Our Favorite Therapist. So check her out. I'm going to tag her in this also, so check her out.